course, this is created for the other courses like network and cloud security. But we can use the same set of slides with the slide modification, so that I'm going to use the same thing. But anyway, we'll be going to learn. I'm going to share the different type of presentations. For the time being, that I'll be going to use this one. So, guys, when we dealing with this class environment, I just want to highlight you that this particular class environment purely is going to be a sort of an interactive environment. Like you will be going to experiencing that like a traditional lecturing series throughout your university life. But since I'm not from the academia, so I'm not going to deal with in that manner, because I have dealing with a lot of professionals when I'm teaching the different type of courses to them. So we will be going to deal with in this course also, guys, type of a professional manner, where it's not a traditional type of a lecture student class environment, even though there is online environment right now we are in. So this 100% is going to be a interactive sessions. So if you do have any questions, any type of issues, you can straight away interrupt me in the middle of the lecture and you can ask it. Because if you do have anything to clarify, so please clarify before we go further. Are you clear, guys? Okay. Yeah, great. So when you're interacting with me, I'm pretty much interested to interact with you, or like if I see that there is less interactions with me when we are dealing with it, so sometimes I will be adding extra marks based on the interactions that you are doing with me. Clear, guys? So that's only thing is, the important thing here is the attendance to the lectures. So lecture attendance is important, and the interactions also important. So if you do have questions, you can ask. So if you have any thoughts on the lectures, that is also you can provide. So, but the silence is not accepting in this classroom environment. So, like I said, sometimes because I have done that one, like this, because not for you are guys, actually for some degree program, I just monitor the interaction, and then I have added several additional marks to their assignments. Like there will be added advantage for the final exam because of the interactions. At least there will be 5 marks adding. So at least just keep in mind that I'm going to add at least 5 marks. It's a straight away either 5 or either 0 based on the interaction. So there are no in the middle marks. So you definitely get the 5 marks. If you have attended to the classes and if you have interacted with me. So of course I can remember these names while we are going to this whole environment. And today also there are only 37 participants. I guess there will be more, right? So there are 3 badges in like software, network, and the multimedia, right? So do you have these, except those 3 badges, are there any other peoples like software, multimedia, and the network? So there are 3 badges. It's a sort of a combined course, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, we all 3 groups are combined together.
Okay, I don't have any restrictions here. Like it's because of these several limitations. Even though they can't attend to the lectures, I can guarantee that they can sit for my exams. I don't have any restrictions. Like just tell to them they need to, like, I will be giving you 2 assignments. If they able to give that the assignments submissions on the line on the deadlines, of course there are no worries. And then again, They can sit for the exams if it is required. I can talk to the university and I can sort of waive off those rules for them, only for them, only for those who. But I need a sort of a confirmation who are the people who cannot attend to those lectures. That's it. For the rest of the guys, there are no excuses.
Okay, sir.
So of course, just pass the message to them that if they want, they can attend to the exams and also they can do the assignments as well. I can give you the. I'll upload these recorded sessions to the Google Drive and share with you guys. So then you can pass those recorded sessions to them as well, I guess. If it is possible, I'm not quite sure whether it is possible or not. But if you have any possibilities, you can do that.
Okay, sir.
Right. So anyway, so we will be when you're going to start the network. So can someone tell me what is the network? So what do you understand by the network? What type of things that you are in mind like? Okay, what is the network? What we can do with the network?
You can share information using network in.
Okay, why we require that one?
Actually, while we are using the computers,
or sharing resources.
Okay, for sharing resources, exactly correct. That is, of course, we require the network. So, like when you want to share the resources, just tell me what type of thing which is required. Like in order to enable the resource sharing, what are the prerequisites or the requirement?
Hardware, software, like that.
Yeah. Okay. What type of? Just tell me what type of hardware then.
Uh, Computer and
computer, network card, network cables, maybe a medium to connect
Yeah.
computers.
Yes. Right. So simply when you want to learn the not even the computer network but even the any type of computer technologies like computer science technologies, computer science theories, keep in mind that all those computer science theories, computer science technologies, whatever the technical jargons and everything are being simply affiliated with the normal human life, right? So just think about you know that when you power on the machine, we say the boot up process, right? In the technical jargon, we are going to say that this is a boot up process. Do you know what is this? Why they are saying this as a boot up process? Because when you set the power on button, when you press the power on button on the laptop, so what they are going to do is they are going to straight away starting the machine startup process, and they will be going to the login screen, and you have to type username and password. Once you put the username and password, you will be goes to the desktop environment in simple layman term. Like when you go through that type of environment, when you want to understand like what is this boot up process, why they say this as a boot up process, it's a technical jargon, it's a computer technical jargon. Why they are stating that this is a computer boot up process?
for identify computer hardware.
Not exactly, because it's a one of the steps that they are going to do in the boot up process. Those are steps actually that they are performing in the boot up process. Not exactly that one. I'm asking why they are saying that particular machine power on and until you goes up to the desktop environment, to that whole process we say as a boot up process. Why they are saying like that?
Because it has the instructions to start up the computer.
Not, no. It's something like this. Like when you are going for a party, let's just say for example, you are going out of the home, like think about that you are going for the attending to the lectures, right? When you were going for the going out of the home, so the very first thing is you need to dress up, right? You have to dress up. So like you have to wear the shoes, wear the boots, shocks, the shoes, shocks, and then again the trousers, whatever the skirts or blouse. If you are girl, if you are a boy, different type of dresses like shirts, t-shirts, trousers, denims. So so when you want to go out, like when you're going out of your home, like you are going for attending to the lectures, or you are going to the market, or you are going to any to visit any friends houses. So you will be well dressed up, right? Simple as that. So that well dressing up process, that is called it as a boot up. Like we will be starting from the bottom. Like we will be we will be boot in the sense shoes, huh? They referring to the shoes, boot up. So we will be preparing ourselves to go out by using different type of clothes, different type of shoes with different type of things we have used and go to the house. So when you going when you are going out from your house, so you look a totally different person. Like you will be having makeups, so and so forth, perfumes, everything, right? So it's a totally that is the desktop that you are providing to the outside. So that is the outside people are getting interact with you with your desktop where you have boot up. So that is exactly we call it as a boot up. It's similar to the physical environment when in a hypothetical scenario we will be see. It's very much similar to the way we are going to deal with the how to go outside of your house. Go to the party simply. Just think about that you are going for a party. That is called boot up process. So we will be starting the dressing from the bottom to top. The exact same thing they are going to do in the computer environment as well. That's what they call it as a boot up. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir. Is that booting is an abbreviation for bootstrapping? Oh,
No. Bootstrapping is a different thing. It's a totally different concept.
uh-huh.
So bootstrapping, I'll just explain while we are going forward, but not today. So it's a different concept, bootstrapping. It's not like a boot up process.
Okay, sir.
So similarly, like just think about like again, like say for example, we think about another technical jargon. Okay, you might heard the concept called cloud security, right? Cloud environment. So there you will be talking about the cloud. Or sometimes you might heard the concept called containers. Have you heard these two concepts, cloud and the containers?
Cloud is usually heard,
Okay.
but containers, I'm not.
Container.
Containers.
It's a website container. Oh,
No. Not the website container. It's just a different concepts. The container environment. Or like, have you heard the Docker or Kubernetes names?
no.
Docker, Kubernetes.
No, I'm not sure.
Okay. So keep in mind that I'll give you some latest technologies that is industry is demanding. Whether you want to become whether you are going to do the software or the network system side. So you have to be familiar with the Docker, Kubernetes. Those are the container technologies and the cloud environment. Because guaranteed that all the applications that right now we are developing, we are using, we are integrating, those are cloud-enabled applications, native cloud solutions. So when you go for the cloud environment, we just talk about the concept called serverless applications. Serverless. where we use the container environment like Docker and the Kubernetes. Those are actually, I'll explain that those are actually very simple layman term. You will be seeing that when you say Docker, okay, Docker, it's a big technology. Kubernetes, okay, this is just another big technology. Of course not. When you're going forward, you will understand that these are not the very important technologies. These Docker and the Kubernetes are the actually just different marketing words. Like say for example, right now we have the company name called Google. Google is a company name, not a technology. So we say Google Maps, we say Gmails, we say Google Drive. So everything, the Google is a name. It's a company name, and it's a marketing company name. So we will be dealing with those Googles as an industry reputed company. That's it. Similarly, Docker is another type of a company where what they have done was they have developed by taking the underlying concepts of the containers environment, they have developed more advanced concept called Docker, which is they do have the more advanced features than the container, the native container environment. I'll explain that one. Kubernetes is also the different type of thing. What they have done was they have taken the Dockers and develop a type of a orchestration layer, which is an orchestration layer. I'll explain that one. Just think about, let's think your exam environment, just think about, let's say for example, we'll see your lecture hall. Just think about your lecture hall where just we can put 100 people. Let's say we have a lecture hall. We can accommodate 100 people for the lectures. Now I am going to do a lecture where only 30 people are attending for the lectures. Actually, there are only 30 people who has been registered for that particular course. Just think about that. Only the 30 people who have been registered for that course. So we are consuming a place where we can accommodate 100 people. Still, we are consuming those electricity. That means lights, ACs, then again what we call projectors and everything for those 30 people, which we will be accommodating, that we can accommodate for the 100, right? So whether you have 100 people in this classroom or not, we have to switch on all the ACs because we have 30 people. So we are switching on all the ACs for those 100 people still. The 30 people still, which required only for the 100 people, right? We can accommodate for the 100 people. So it's a waste of resources. So what we can do there is we can partition that. Let's say for example, if we are going to do the classes only for the 30 people each, so what we can do is we can partition it. We can partition into the 30, and another one for the 40. So of course we cannot set the 30, and 30, it's 90, and there is a 10 space also will be left without using it. So what we are going to do is 30, and 40. And we can share the resources accordingly. Like for the 30 allocations, we can give the one AC. For the 30 allocations, we can give another AC. For the 40 allocation, we can give 2 ACs. Like we can allocate the resources which we have already into for the 100 people. Then we can allocate different the blackboards or whiteboards for each and every class. So now what we can do is we can run 3 classes simultaneously rather than running 130 class. Because previously what we have done was we have taken whole spaces which we can accommodate for the 100 only we are sitting to 30 people. Right? Now what we have done was, we have partitioned that particular environment, that lecture hall, and we just accommodate 30 people for one class, another 30 for another 40 for another class. So where we parallel run three classes, which we can accommodate 30 people. That is simply called containers. Exactly, simply called containers. So this is where we will be dealing with the live environment as well. Where when you're going to deal with the, say for example, just think about uh, the container houses. Right now you will be seeing the conceptual container houses. So the container houses, what they are going to do is simply they will be creating multi-house environment by using the same space, the similar spaces, and accommodating more people there. Like just think about the where we have a 1 acre of land, which we can create 3 houses for the 3 people. Rather, if we use the container boxes, we can create like 10 houses for 10 families. That is exactly, we call it as a container. So you can see those technologies are very much similar to the human life. So we have already used these container concepts. We have already used it. Now only they have introduced into the computer world. The terminology is also, this container terminology is also coming from the word that we have learned, containers. Simple as that. So it's a very similar concept to the human for us, because we always using these container concepts whenever we are going to prepare our kitchens. That is how we are going to uh, order your stuff. So we almost use the containers there. So just as containers in the sense small boxes. So we call it those as containers. We use those small boxes and put those stuffs which we require and store it. So this is called container technology. So the exact similar thing that they have used in the technology world, what they are going to do is, let's just think about, we have a machine which is running 32 GB RAM and Xeon processor with the 4 TB hard disk, where we just run only the uh, a web server. Just think about, we are running only the Apache web server. So the Apache web server, with its full capacity, they only going to consume, let's say for example, 8 GB RAM. So the rest of the 20 GB are waste, because we cannot use for the other purposes. The guarantee that we cannot use it, because we have dedicated machine to run the Apache, where we cannot run any other services there. So that's there is a resources wastage as well. From the 40 hard disk, we can, even with the full utilization, we will be maximum cost up to the 1 TB. There is another 3 TB is a waste. The processors also, we are only running 3% of the process utilization. The rest of the 97%, it's always idle. So it's a waste of our resources. Guaranteed that is a waste. So that's why they have introduced this concept called virtualization, cloud container environment. That is there. The containers, virtualization, everything is introduced because of that. So we run the multiple containers where we consume the resources for the different services. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Any questions regarding this?
No questions, sir. Are there any sources to read more information about such topics?
Yeah, yes, there are so many that there are. I can share those things. Just give me a second. Like, see here, guys. If you want to go through these things, there are different type of courses as well. Like you can refer the Coursera courses. I guess there are free courses available also. Coursera and the then again.
I think his screen is not shared or something like that because I'm on right.
You can see it, right?
Yeah, we can see the slide.
Previous
Okay,
one.
okay. Just give me a second. I'll share.
Okay.
Deploying to Kubernetes, creating a continuous delivery pipeline. So there are altogether. This is just a basic idea that you can take it like three videos, like 7 minutes, 4 minutes. Altogether, I guess 30 minutes will be available for this. So all the thing. Like yeah. But if you want to learn more, there is a one course in the Udemy. So I'll show you. Yeah. So there is one of the good course that if you can, I think that is. Let me check this one. This is actually you need to take a payment like $11. I guess this will. But here you can see there are 1.1 hour, 4 minutes, like 32 minutes, 52 minutes, 1 hour, 3 minutes. Docker Swarm again. This is another product that they do have. Docker Cloud and continuous integrations conclusions. There are altogether 50, 51, 1 hour, like 51, 50. There are about like 6 hours on demand videos, 10 articles. So I think there is a free course as well, like beginner's guide to containers and orchestrations. So this is again good one. If you look at the course content, you can see 16 minutes for the introduction, 17 minutes for the basics, and then the 12 minutes for the containers and orchestration technologies, like they will be going through the Docker and the Kubernetes, several use cases. You can go through the several use cases as well, like this also content might be most probably roughly 1 hour's course content. 1 hour 17 minutes of on-demand videos. You can see 1 hour and 17 minutes. So this is a good one. You can enroll for the free. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So you just read these things. That is good. So always go with the this Udemy and the what is the other course that I told you
Coursera.
Coursera, yeah. Udemy and the Coursera. That is two good exercises. But there is another course on the Linux Foundation, which is I guess very much, but that was a good one. This is container fundamentals. This you need to make a table. Actually, that is more about 299 US dollars. So this is a good one, but it contains a lot of things. See here. Course introduction, virtualization fundamental, virtualization mechanisms, container standard and runtimes, image operations, container operations, building container images, container tech, and the container storage. This is one of the good the tutor actually to learn so many things. To learn so many things. Linux foundations. Like, yeah. So if you can, of course, you don't want to go for this 299 USDs. That is too much. You can start with those free courses and then you can try out separately. And these are the good things like that you need to learn simply. I mean, this edX one is a free. Yeah? This is also similar to the Linux foundations that they will provide you. You can enroll for this one is for the free. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. So the course is free. If you want to add a verified certificate for the that one, you have to add the another 199 USD. So you don't want to go for the verified certificate that is not required. That you can purchase the this just a simply course only. Course only the course. So you can see this. These are the course materials that they are going to do. What you are going to learn is this. So you can see the syllabus. This is also edX is also the free. You can try out this one. But just what you need to do is first you need to register it, and then yeah, I guess I do have account in here. Yeah, I have account. Yeah, I have account at. See, you can see there are so many courses like Introduction to OpenStack. So, Introduction to Kubernetes. So, even I have taken that one. Yeah. See, at any given time, I can start these courses. And then again, so you can learn so many things. These are the only things that I have enrolled with. But if you require, you can enroll for the more. This is also free account. I didn't make any payment for this. Yeah. This is a free account. See, it's a total cost of 000. I didn't even link any credit card as well to this one. Yeah. So anyway, so likewise, there are so many things that you can go through it. So let's you might know the Amazon, right? Okay. Amazon is the person who's having the largest bookstores. They don't have a single book. They are the people who now Amazon is going into the different online businesses. So in the early stage of the Amazon, they are the people who have the largest bookstores where they don't have even on a single book. That is how they have run the business. What they have done was there are in the time to time. So this is they have run the online market simply like Alibaba, like who are the other people in the online market? Alibaba, Amazon. Who are the others?
eBay.
eBay, yeah, eBay. So Amazon actually are more into the not to the retail product selling. They have been always in the books. They have always in the books. So they try to sell the books. So what they have done was when you look at the year, like if you look at the American culture, there are different type of season in the sense like festival seasons. Like they in the January, December to the January, there is a Christmas and the New Year seasons, and then they have another season on the call it as a Black Friday. So on those occasions, they are running the discount campaigns. Like they will give you 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. Of course, in the Black Friday, I guess they are offering 60% discounts. So when they are running this business, if at the time of they are giving those these discount percentage, in those days actually they figure out they are having a huge traffic to their services, like huge income, huge demand. The customers are trying to access it. On on those occasions, what they need to do is they need to increase their resources. So in the early computer environment, if you want to increase the resources, what we can do is we can of course do that one by adding more computers, more servers, more RAMs, everything. But whenever we don't require it, we cannot deduct it. We cannot remove it. So if you add any servers to the data center, we have to keep as it is, because otherwise we don't have any options. We cannot remove it at the time of there are no huge demand, like because in the other dates, other months of the year, they don't have a huge demand, like not like a New Year and the Christmas season or the Black Fridays. So they don't have a huge demand. So then they need to run the other servers also, that extra added servers also in idle state without using it. If you say what they have figured out was for 3 months of the year they have a huge demand, they need to increase their capacities. For the rest of the 9 months, they don't have any huge demands, so they have to run those increased capacities still in the idle mode. That is there, still in the idle mode. So that is exactly they need to do. So what they have come up with a solution saying that why we can't share our resources to the third parties while we are not using it within only that period of time. For that particular 9-month period, we can hire our servers to the other users, third parties. That's where the cloud starts. The Amazon is the leader on starting the cloud concepts. That's why still in the market also right now we have called AWS, Amazon Web Service. By the name, don't think about that is a web service, but there are so many services. This is the name that they have given to their product called AWS, Amazon Web Service. We have Microsoft, we have Azure, AZURE, that is their cloud environment. The Google, we have Google Cloud. Oracle, we have Oracle Cloud. Likewise, the Google Cloud we talk about, like the name they have given is a GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Oracle, the Azure is the Azure Cloud Platform. The Amazon, we call it as AWS. So those are the Google Cloud platforms.
Excuse me, sir. Is
yeah.
VMware is at cloud?
No, it's actually VMware is a type of a technology which is used in the cloud as a cloud backend, because whenever they want to have the servers, they use the VMware virtual technologies. VMware itself, if you look at the VMware is a product, so the virtualization is the technology we are using. VMware is a product, it's not a cloud environment. It's a virtualization technology that we used in the on-premise data centers. When we are dealing with your on-premise data centers, we can do the same thing. What we can do is we can take a one huge server, like we have a 10 TB RAM, 10 TB hard disk, 2 TB RAM, and we can run all the servers within that virtualized environment. So it's a similar, not like a cloud environment. It's a virtualization environment. Clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So it's actually different concepts that they are going to use. Anyway, so like I just want to highlight here is by stating those concepts and everything, those are actually a type of what we call it as a affiliated or the aligned with the human life, whatever the technologies that you use. Most of the technologies, most of the technical jargons, which actually we have experienced in our life, in our environment. Like container, you have seen the container, right? Cloud, you have seen the cloud. Of course, you have seen the cloud, right? Those technical jargons, you have seen it. So it's a very much similar to our human life as well. So the reason I want to state that is, just think about when you're going forward with the networking, right? Just think about the physical environment. Like we are on the same classroom environment, and I am delivering the lecture to you guys. Since we are on the same classroom environment and we are delivering the lectures to you, nothing to worry about it, because the reason is, so we can simply, it's something like this. We can talk to each other. This is how we start the communications. So just forget about this online lecturing class. Just think about that we are in the same physical classroom environment, right? If we are in the physical classroom environment, so how we are going to start the communication? Like we need to talk to each other. So what is the method of starting the communication? What is the method of starting the communication?
I think voice is speaking to each other.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have the direct contact with you, so you can talk to each other. So we use the voice, and we use AR to spread that voice. So that is how we are going to do. We have ears to capture that voice. What will happen if I want to talk, like we have two classes. One we have just separated with the wall. We have two classes. I want to talk to the another user, another person, a person who is in the other class. If I want to talk to the other persons who is in the other class, how we are going to do it?
We can call to
Sorry?
we can call him or
No, just think about the physical communication again. Forget about the technologies that we are using. We have to have a direct chat,
yes.
a direct contact.
I can go to the other classroom and talk to the person.
Exactly correct. Exactly correct. So there is a way that we have a door. We are going to that. We passing that door because we have a boundaries. So if you want to go beyond your boundaries, so we have been surrounded with the four walls, and we have a bound that we cannot go beyond that four walls, but we have a door to go outside,
Yes.
right? So simply, when you learning the network, when you talk about the gateway, that there is a concept called gateway in the network. Exactly, the door is the gateway for us. When you want to talk to the outside of your network, which is not on your surrounded environment, the person who is not in your surrounded environment, we should go out from the door, reach to the next door, and talk to him or her. So this is exactly what we talk about the gateways. In the network environment, we talk about the gateways, right? So likewise, I'll explain this one. We do have a different type of concepts, different type of networking concepts, which have been integrated again to our life. So I'll go through this particular course by comparing this particular technical content with our life environment. So you will be easily understanding the technical concepts, as well as you will be able to hypothetically map to the physical environment as well. So that will be easy for us to uh, learn the concepts. That is how normally I learn these concepts to you and even for the previous people. So we'll try to do that in that manner.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what's the meaning of hypersecurity security you say?
No, hypothetical mean in the sense it's a imaginary word. That's we imaginally we do that one.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. So that's what can say hypothetical in the sense is simply that we imagine it. Imaginations.
Okay.
right? So one thing that I just want to ask, like how many, but when you look at the people who have been passing out from the private universities, they actually very well on the communications, the language. So they do have a sound knowledge. They can be able to talk with us very proper manner, professional manner. So even when you look at, because if it is a purely technical environment, because we don't think about the, if you are a good person, if you can prove that you are a super technical person, techie guy, of course we don't consider about the language. But when it comes to the some roles, like there are some cases, some companies actually might be looking at both technical as well as English.
Yes.
Like if you want to go for a, there are, have you heard the companies like uh, PSM, LSEC, Wiley, HCL, MIT? Have you heard those companies?
Yes. I heard about HCL.
Yeah, that is a newly initiated company. That is, they have started the operation recently. Now they are moving their all the operation from the India and Pakistan to the Sri Lanka, and they are going to set up the a company in Sri Lanka. So there are so many popular companies like if you look at the just think about the software and this network industry. So you have so many companies, like PSN is one of the good company that you can go for it. Wiley is another company. They also recently started their operation in Sri Lanka. It's very much similar business they are running as a PSN. So Wiley, they also a good company now. They are performing their teams in Sri Lanka. So they also offering huge salaries. Like I'm talking about the salaries when they talk. I'm talking about the six numbers of bigger salaries, because they are starting the salaries with 110, 120. That is a starting salary for the people. No? Just think about the salary that they are giving. And then again, if you look at the other companies like HCL, also they are offering that much of that range salaries, like 110, 120. And they WSO2 and the MIT also nearly they are offering to 90 to 120 range salaries. Like there are other companies, like you, if you look at the Google, Dialog, Mobitel, there are several companies like Google, sorry, not the Google, Dialog, Mobitel, and then WSO2. There are so many companies that you can choose to work with it, but in order to work in those companies, you should have a sound technical knowledge. Even of course, if you look at the tech cert also, we are offering as initial, we are offering like 120 to 130 range, that for the fresh graduates. That is the offer that we are giving. But that will be slightly different when it comes to the graduates from the University of Morocco. Normally we are offering 180 range. So the other companies also, they are offering like 180 to 210 salary for the fresh graduate from the University of Morocco. So there are demands for those things as well. But anyway, just think about, there are so many good opportunities available out there. But in order to go for that, you need to be a very well confident techie person. So right now, when I ask this, what is the, you don't want to learn so many things, like you don't want to know in-depth technologies, but you should know the basics. Like if I ask what is the container technology, you should be able to answer it. What is the Kubernetes, Docker, how we are going to configure it, what are the basis behind it. So you should be able to answer for those things. We are not expecting from you guys that if I ask a technology that you don't know, is not the answer that we are expecting from the fresh graduates. So you should have a sound knowledge on those areas as well. Of course, you can do that one, but what you need to do is you need to consume your time to learn those things. So, as a university student, I'm telling that you have to start self-learning. Not everything will be given by the lecturers, because most of the people are going to do the self-learning. Even the state universities as well as the private universities. So the only benefit that private universities are having is they do have a good knowledge on the English, as well as they are very well prepared with the communication skills. So that they are going to that private universities are going to prepare them for develop their communication skills as well by doing so many presentations. So you also need to do those things. Like we'll see that if you have the time, if you start at the classroom environment, so we'll go through presentation not for everyone. We'll try to go through the group presentations. So you will be improving your skills like skill sets, communication skill sets. So the first 2 to 3 presentations will be actually that is giving you some sort of panic situations, but after that you will be automatically used to do those things. So that is going to happen automatically anyway. So like keep in mind those things when you are dealing with this particular environment, because that is very much important to go through. Right, so I'm just giving this from my industry experiences, like because otherwise you will never going to learn those things while you are going through this this whole 3 years. So just because I'm not quite sure that none of you are thinking about go for academia, so you might think about go for a industry. So industry is totally different environment where you have to deal with so many people. You have to improve yourself day by day. Otherwise, the competition is very much high. So we are not we are not anyway securing your jobs. There are no job security out there. That is guaranteed. If you are well enough to go with you the company, then tally with their motives, then only you are survive. Otherwise, you are fire out. So there are so many things. So keep in mind those things.
Yes.
So the IT is always it's a learning curve. So you have to learn everything. You have to learn every day actually. You have to increase your paper qualifications. You have to increase your academic qualifications. You have to do some courses. You have to go through the professional qualifications, especially. So that's valid for you. Apart from that, you need to have the academic qualifications as well, like MSCs, professional qualifications. Like there are so many professional qualifications, so you can try out those things. Otherwise, it is very much hard to find the jobs. That is guaranteed, because even I am also trying to give some job for your seniors, but still I am also failing to do that one. So they will be going to, even I have sent the CVs to some for the LSEG, not the LSEG actually, to the PSNs. They have kicked out from the second interview because of the less technical competency. Otherwise, if he get the job, so he will definitely have the salary of 110 to 120. That is guaranteed. So what it's a Linux job, huh? So that he has to be very confident on the Linux environment. So there are so many things like that which you need to learn. Clear, guys?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So again, we'll go back to the presentation. Like so, when you going forward, when you talk about the network, so the OSI reference model. we do have a 7 layers, like we starting from the physical layer and the data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session, presentation, and application layers. So whenever you sending a data packet from the computer A to computer B, just think about that we are sending the data packet from the computer A to computer B. So the data packet will be goes in this manner. From the computer A, they will first goes to the application, then goes to the presentations, session, transport, network, data link, and the physical layer. Then over the wire that we goes to the user B, which is starting from the bottom to top, like physical layer, then data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and the application layer. So this is exactly what they are going to do in this environment. So we will be going to discuss this the whole OSI reference model, and then again the security. Of course, we are not going to discuss. This is the presentation that I had prepared for the other course actually, which we are not going to discuss in here. Like we will be going to discuss this everything, like how these layers are integrated, what are the things that it required, and how we are going to use it. So I will be going with the simple layman examples, and I will be explaining these things, how we are going to deal with these 7 layers. Actually, to be frank, this is by the name itself, this is as a OSI reference model. Reference in the sense, actually, we don't have any implementations to this model. What we are going to do is, whenever you going to develop any type of a product, we use this as a reference. That's it. So this, by referencing this one, this is like a framework for us. By referencing this one, we are going to develop the different type of applications, like a framework. Like just think about the the block. Like let's say for example, when you want to create a brick, so you will be having a block. So we will be using that block and create the brick. So this is exactly we are going to do that one. We are having the block. This is the block. By using this block for the reference model, we will be developing different type of applications. So we can have the different type of applications. So this is just a reference model. This is not an implementation. That's why we call it as a OSI reference model, Open System Interconnection. Open System Interconnection, OSI reference model, which we use different type of layers to communicate in between two parties. Communications from the user A to user B. So the user A to user B communications can be happen in the same classroom, like we did in the same classroom environment. Can be happen in the different classroom. Like user A will be on the classroom A, user B will be on the classroom B, which is in the same building. Sometimes the user and user B can be, user A and the B can be geographically located, which is in the 2 different countries or 2 different cities, 2 different continents. So it can be possible. We don't know the communications where we can be seeing like where the user A resides and where the user B resides. So we don't know that one. So that is called the networking. So how we are going to start the communications in between the user A and the user B, if you are in the same environment, same classroom, if you are in the 2 different classrooms in the same building, if you are in the 2 different class in the 2 different building, or if you are in the 2 different cities in the same country, if you are in the 2 different countries in the same continent, or if you are in the 2 different continents. So these communications, how we are going to do the communications, this is what we are going to learn. So there are so many technologies we will be using, like we will be using so many devices. We use IP addressing schemes. We call it IP addressing. Like if I say you uh, the 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 postal address that is given to your home, that is similar to IP address, which is globally known. Like this postal address that is having to your home, it's a globally known address. Anyone, let's say for example, if you want to bring the uh, stuff from the eBay, the address you are putting is that one. That is the postal address. Like number 13/F, whatever the Ratmalana Road, whatever the places. So called Mount Lavinia. So of course it's a, and we sort it as a Colombo, Sri Lanka. We put in the two different things. Colombo, Sri Lanka, that is the city and the country. That is to identify since we are from the different region, right? So it's very similar to the postal address when you say IP address. Very much similar to it. But the delivery method. So whenever you want to deliver a letter from the one home to the another home, so we use the different methods. Like we travel, the post officers that the letter will be exchanged in between several post offices and will be delivered to the ultimate target. So those post officers are the path tellers. They will tell you, okay, if you want to go to this house, this is the nearest post office that you have to go. This from this that post office they will deliver to the target. So these post office will be working as a path tellers. In the technical word, we talk this as routers. So likewise, that's what I'm telling. So you can easily identify those things when you are dealing with these names. Names. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to actually wind up for today. Like it's that we are not going for further. This is the first day, so I'll be starting the discussion on these layers from the next day onwards. So guys, the next day, is it possible to have the classes on this Thursday, 6:30?
So, we will inform you because sometime we have a morning lecture, computer architecture. Uh,
Okay,
Sometime it's not held in morning. The do those lecture in evening in 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. If not if not held the lecture, we inform you, sir. Is that right to
okay. Then again, I just so okay. If it is not possible on Thursday, just tell me what are the possible dates. At least then we can just plan it for that one. Can you do the lectures on Monday and Tuesday then again?
yes, sir, Monday evening also we have this subject, and Monday evening I think we can I think we can discuss about the other.
Because I guess according to the semester plan, this has been set it on Monday 1:30 to 4:30, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, yes.
So what about then? Let's think that we can have the classes on Monday, then again 6:30 to somewhere around 9, and Tuesday also the 6:30 to 9. I guess that will be better, right?
Yes, I
Both days are okay, sir. I think.
Those 2 days are okay for you guys, right?
yes, sir, yes.
Okay. So then we'll fix when is going to end your semester? Do you have any idea on that?
Actually, we have don't idea for that, sir, because we have informed the university which our semester shift 10 weeks. That's all.
Yes, I think, sir, about 2 months or 3 months, just like that. But we don't know how exactly time or a date.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, let me. I'll check with your course coordinator then again.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
Right. So no worries. So what we can do is then we can fix for the Monday 6:30 to 9 and the Tuesday 6:30 to 9. Of course, we will be able to finish it off within 9 weeks period. That means most probably we will. No worries. We can finish it off within 8 to 9 weeks. That is guaranteed.
Okay, those days are weekend. Uh,
Okay, please spare those days for this lecture session, and then we will be able to complete without any error.
okay, sir.
if
We will
we
keep
if we
permanently that time session for the network.
Sorry?
We will keep that time sessions for network permanently.
Sure, 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 please.
Okay, sir.
if we don't have any lectures, we inform you, sir.
Please, yeah. If you do not have any like you said that if you have any if you don't have any lectures, please let me know. Then I can quickly take that down.
Okay, sir.
Right, right. Okay, guys.
So if
So
you,
thank
you
you
can
for attending lectures. Like
Thank you very much, sir.
yeah. Good night, guys. Good night.
Nice, sir.
See you.
Thanks, sir. See you.
See you.